I used a 5-second trick on a new video I've uploaded, and it outranked all of my other videos within the first hour. The 5-second trick? It's so simple, I'm still flabbergasted it's not being used more often. Let's say you're in the Minecraft niche and struggling to find new video ideas. Since you're interested in Minecraft, a lot of Minecraft content gets promoted to you. One day, as you're scrolling through your YouTube homepage, you stumble upon a video with 3 million views comparing different Minecraft axes. Okay, that's pretty interesting, you think to yourself. You take a look at their channel and notice that it's also their best performing video, and it's relatively recent as well. Well damn, there's your next video idea. There's still some leftover demand for that topic. Now you can replicate the video idea on your channel, and chances are it will outrank your other videos. That's what I call speedrunning and foolproofing ideation. In the case of the Minecraft example mentioned previously, that's exactly what the competitor did. And well, you can see the results for yourself. Let's see how it looks from the perspective of gaming channels. Here we have a content creator whose recent video vastly outperformed all of his other videos. Less than a week later, one of his competitors noticed this outlier and copied the idea to their own channel. Sure, the performance is not on the same level as the original, but it gained more views than his videos usually do, which is the ultimate goal in the end. Here we have a video about Avatar: The Last Airbender, which was a massive hit on this channel. 20 days later, out of the blue, a similar video came out racking up quite an audience. Looking at these two videos at face value, they kind of look the same. While there are a few subtle keyword changes to keep the thumbnail and title original, there are no significant differences otherwise. Let's break down the core principle of this speedrunning method. You're speedrunning because you don't have to come up with an idea yourself, and you're foolproofing by using a concept that has already been proven successful. It can't get any easier. In fact, I even applied the same strategy on this channel's first video because it's just that effective if done right. Let's highlight the if done right part, because this is where most people fail. There are two crucial points you need to keep in mind when copying other people's ideations. First is the idea recent. When you're jumping on the hype of the outliers in order to get your share of the pie, it's important to determine whether or not the idea is still relevant in the current moment of time. If you notice a massive outlier on a random drama channel you found, is it wise to create a video around the same topic 1 year later? Probably not. You must always take into consideration the relevancy of the topic. Is the outlier centered around trendy topics, or is it more evergreen? If it's trending, you want to jump on it quickly, within days or weeks, depending on your niche. If it's more evergreen, the outlier can be several months or even years old, but you must always be aware of how relevant the topic is. Now, on to the second point. Remember that the title, thumbnail, and topic are 3 separate elements that contribute to a video's success. But depending on your situation, you don't need to copy all 3 of them to get your share of views. Take a look at these videos. Notice how the titles and thumbnails are painfully similar to each other, but the niches of both of these videos are different. One is about basketball and the other one is about football. One channel took inspiration from the other and applied it to their own niche. And that's the beauty of this method. When you find an outlier in a niche that's similar but not identical to yours, you can still use their approach to your advantage. Whether it's how they phrase the title, design the thumbnail, or approach the topic, each of these elements can be adapted and applied to your niche. Now, don't get smart and blatantly start ripping off others' work. That's a one-way ticket to having your channel terminated. There's a reason why all of the video examples I've shown are similar to one another, but not identical. The whole point is to get inspired by an already proven concept and apply its core principles to your own channel, but not to become a straight-up copycat. Now, in my previous video, I asked you to leave any burning YouTube-related questions down below, and you didn't disappoint. I replied to hundreds of your comments and private messages, reviewed dozens of channels, and identified the 4 most common mistakes I noticed you guys making. So, if you ever want to receive your first paycheck from YouTube, you don't just have to, you need to hear this. First mistake is creating videos with no direction in place. By far the most common problem I see in small creators looking to grow is that they have no vision for the content they produce. They'll mix in Minecraft gameplay with GTA mod reviews and sprinkle some piano tutorials to top it off. This can and will confuse your audience, which will make it difficult for the algorithm to categorize your channel, and that will lead to slower growth. You need to ask yourself, what are your goals with YouTube? Are you looking for financial security? priority? Do you want to build a personal brand? Or are you just doing YouTube as a hobby? Set your priorities and work toward them, not against them. If you're looking to grow, you need to specialize in a certain area, or what we call a niche. That can be cartoons, history, airplanes, horror, game development, etc. Your channel needs to have a niche. The second mistake, and you might not like this one, is relying too much on AI to magically create viral videos for you. If it were that easy, everyone would be rich. That's not the right way to approach content creation. Instead, think of AI as just one of the tools in your toolbox. For example, use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas and fix your grammar. Use AI for automatic subtitles when editing, 11 Labs for voice acting, and AI tools to enhance or remove objects for your thumbnails. To give you an example, the voice you're hearing is generated with 11 Labs. The third mistake is overanalyzing and misinterpreting analytics. Many small creators put too much emphasis on their channel's analytics, and often they're interpreting them incorrectly. A high click-through rate, or CTR, doesn't necessarily mean your video is doing well. It could just mean YouTube doesn't have enough data to work with if you have a low number of views. On the other hand, a low CTR doesn't mean the video is doing poorly. It might mean YouTube is pushing your video to a broader audience, which naturally lowers the CTR as it reaches people less interested in your content. Always take your metrics with a grain of salt. What your analytics show at face value doesn't necessarily reflect your channel's health. Instead, focus on the number of views your videos get. If you're receiving a low number of views, that means there's room for improvement, either in the topic, packaging, or the video itself. Not sure where to start? Use common sense. Imagine yourself as a viewer. There are plenty of websites where you can preview your thumbnails on YouTube's homepage. So test your thumbnail and title there and see how they compare to others. Ask yourself, is my thumbnail and title more captivating than the rest? You might be surprised how often perfect-looking thumbnails don't look so perfect once you compare them with others. When evaluating the video itself, be as unbiased as possible. Does it actually keep you engaged and interested? Don't rely on misleading analytics. Trust your own judgment. Fourth mistake is not using hooks. First few seconds of your video has more significance to your average view duration than you realize. It either convinces a viewer to keep watching or turns them away. But the question is, what makes a good hook? Luckily, it's pretty straightforward. Whatever you promised or hinted at in your title and thumbnail needs to be delivered in the first few seconds of your video. Let's look at an example of a hook done right. Here we have a Minecraft prison simulation video. Right from the start, the concept is interesting. The idea of 1,000 players following rules and trying to escape a prison is quite intriguing. There's already a lot of promise established before I click on the video. Now, let's play it for a few seconds and see if the video lives up to its promise.
In the biggest social experiment yet, I put 1,000.
I don't want to get copy striked by the original owner or copyrighted for the music, so let's leave it at that. But basically, in the first 3 seconds, the promise is already fulfilled. Exactly what I expected. Minecraft players role-playing as prisoners, just like in the thumbnail. Instantly, I'm more intrigued, and my expectations are met immediately. This convinces me the video won't be a waste of time, and I'm ready to keep watching. I'm hooked. Now all the video needs to do is maintain my attention. If the video instead was just some Fortnite gameplay with no correlation to the thumbnail and title, I would have clicked away yesterday. You always have to keep in mind that the moment your content deviates from what was promised in the title is the moment the views will start dropping off. If you want to see how I reached 1,000 subscribers by following these 4 tips and applying the speedrunning method mentioned previously, you might want to check this one out.